even blow up a Tidehunter. Lucky enough to get Kraken shells. I feel like they have very little to really deal with the Pugna right now, other than the fact that in the lane he's going to be kind of weak out of Terrorblade. I mean, that was the obvious bit, because it counters the PL illusions. It just melts the supports. But Terrorblade doesn't really deal well with the Pugna. I mean, he can use the Sunder, but Pugna doesn't really care about that. He's life draining after that. HP again.
Yeah. So which draft are you favoring here?
Man, I honestly think that like the Pugna is a wild card. Like it's something that people are flying around right now, and the entire meta has kind of ignored Pugna and changed, like ignoring the hero. I feel like he's going to be disruptive enough to win this game, because these drafts, like these work, you know, like they've played these in scrims tons and tons of times. These Terrorblades, these Shadow Fiends, these Naga Sirens, like these popular heroes right now. Pugna, I am sure that Navi hasn't seen Pugna in a scrim in like weeks, maybe like once, because nobody's picking that hero at all, especially on the middle lane. Are you kidding me? Like never at all. Like the hero's forgotten about. So the meta has shifted around Pugna not being picked. So you throw him into that, and he's going to be really good, because nobody's going to give a damn about picking the counters anymore. Like you know, Pugna's not picked. Who cares? And so I think Pugna's going to own the game, like he did in the other game.
All right.
I have faith. I have faith in Pugna.
I definitely see what you're saying. I also think Navi have an incredible amount of team fight. You know, like as you were saying, Terrorblade can be a pretty effective solution against PL. You've got the Naga ult that can set up for Shadow Fiend, Jakiro, and Tidehunter. They've got a good mixture of damage types. I think Navi's draft is a little bit easier to execute with. As long as General gets some pretty decent ravages, I think they can win a lot of mid-game team fight.
Yeah, it's definitely easier to execute. Terrorblade Metamorphosis, they ravage. They song if it's been bad, you know, set up their spells with the song, with the ravage. It's pretty... But with that being said, I'm pretty sure that this could be a game where, like, at some point, Pugna could, you know, get a kill, like the Dagon, and all of a sudden he's snowballing to the point where he's one-hitting the SF or whatever. I mean, it all depends on the lane. I guess that's kind of how the meta is right now, though. Like, it almost always depends on the lanes. Like, if Terrorblade gets enough items, it's like a Dren and Aquila, F gets those items, and Pugna doesn't have a great start, he can't ever get to that point, because he'll never have enough magic damage to burst these heroes, you know? So it really just depends on, I guess, the rotations during the laning phase, laning setup. Come out on top. Or even if they come even, I think Pugna could eventually. Really
well, we will see. The last time we saw the Pugna, as you said, it was quite powerful and can often be a hero hard to shut down. You went for Veil Aether Lens. I'm not sure. I think he just went Blink Dagger after that. So really nothing too crazy about the build. Just get a little survivability, get those early null tallies. He will even start with one right now, just to try to get some extra stats. So that lane is a little easier.
Pretty hard.
This is it though.
Against the SF.
Yeah, very, very difficult.
I feel like SF just gets double races Pugna decreps himself. Doesn't matter. Like the races.
Yeah. But once that mid-game kicks in and some team fights happen, I do think Pugna tends to be pretty good against Terrorblade. Like, TB is just such a low HP hero, and sure, you can get items to work around it. You know, the Mantas, the BKBs, the Lincolns, all pretty effective tools, but that mid-game, man, Terrorblade is as squishy as they come.
He needs so many more items than Pugna does. Deal with Pugna than Pugna needs him.
Yeah, absolutely. No doubt about that.
Trying his best to cut the creeps. Oh my god, Disruptor. Leave him alone, man. The guy's just trying to get a creep wave. He doesn't even...
Talk about level 1 spells. Thunder Strike, right up there with the Riptide from Naga Siren. It actually does 160. Damage. Almost at 120 there. That would have been some serious NA math. It's been a long day, though. This is it. This is game number 3 of our 3rd series. So we are coming up on hour 9 of this broadcast. It's been a lot of fun. We will be back tomorrow for day 2. And this, I guess, is the perfect time to mention that. Oh, God, they lost their packets.
Oh, my God. What are we going to do without the packets? Oh, they got their packets back.
Oh, looks like they found them. Good. But this is it. Navi or Gambit moving on. This is still upper bracket, so no elimination here. But this is the winners of the winners. Anyhow.
Some good stuff happening in the middle lane here.
Behold!
Yep, nothing like a classic 2-on-2.
I don't know who wins this. It's so hard to tell with these like random heroes being paired together in the middle lane. Like Naga has a ton of armor, she has a Riptide, but Elder Titan, he gets damage, Shadow Fiend has Soul, Pugna.
It is definitely a strange, it's not a conventional mid matchup here by any stretch, but I think I'd rather have the Naga than the Elder Titan, all things considered. You know, like level 3 on all 4 of these heroes, I think the Naga Shadow Fiend have a few more options if they step too far forward.
I think so too. I think the Naga can net the Elder Titan like right now, maybe, and triple raise this guy. Gonna have to leave. Are they gonna go for it?
I think they could. Now they're gonna go the other way. It's Dendi taking a lot of damage. The net, Elder Titan, 1 raise, 2 raise, make it 3. It's a first blood that Dendi draws. G does get 1 the other way, so they do trade, but Navi with a slight advantage there.
Yeah, that's I mean, he was playing very aggressively on him. Bite the net.
A gift from the Tempest of Battle.
Bignum is like super aggressive. Sure.
Oh yeah.
Never lets him. Good thing in a lot of scenarios. In that one, first blood. Sure.
Yeah, and even though the first blood did come out for the Shadow Fiend, G is doing very well in terms of last hits. 13-4 compared to the 6-2 Shadow Fiend right now.
He's doing a really good job last blood. You need to be so good at last hitting to actually deal with an SF. The thing is, like, you can so easily win a lane with SF. You just get, you get souls. Eventually.
Nope. Sound good. Oh. Yeah, you sound fine. Sure is. Very little. G continued to last hit quite effectively. That's what happened.
That's good. Actually, just going on to myself there about oh, there's the triple raise combo coming.
Yep, trying to. But Big Num's gonna break this one apart. Now LeBron taking a lot of damage in return. Does have a couple of stick charges here.
Good.
And maybe it could go the other way. Dendi with 2 raises. Not there though. And a net, so G won't be able to pursue. Very close. Dendi a little bit low on regen, but he is going to be able to tango up. Looks like Naga might just head back.
Yeah, the only person in this lane that's like happy with the situation right now, G. Everybody else is just limping.
Yep. Down bottom, looks like things are going pretty well for the Tide Hunter. 11 last hits, getting a lot of presence in lane. Not really slowing the PL down too much, but almost level 4. Comparing that to the Puck, already level 4, and about even with last hits. So we've got a fairly even game on our hands. Really, the big disparity is between these mid lane cores.
Bounty.
Action. This Tide's doing a pretty good job in this lane. Like, I feel like against these heroes, it's actually pretty. Disruptor has so much nuke damage. I guess that's why he's going back to base. Alright, I'm not gonna just. But this gives PL an advantage and get levels of Phantom Russian. Hitting for 100 at level 5.
Yep. Stat growth on that guy is pretty disgusting. Mid lane again. Dendi taking some pretty serious burst damage. G's going to have another rotation of his Q. And this Shadow Fiend will survive, but takes a lot of damage.
Tri lane now. Though I think TB actually does pretty fine against Puck. He has really high armor. Puck likes to right click. So I don't think it's that big of a deal that the Jakira.
Still, just telling of the amount of pressure they're able to put onto this Shadow Fiend. We were worried about the Pugna, kind of. I mean, you were confident in him in general, but in terms of this mid matchup, even in a 2v2 scenario, Pugna is proving to be quite the fierce opponent. Big burst damage, great last hitting, and even just a lot of denies now, denying so much from this Shadow Fiend.
God, and I even think Pugna kind of sucks until level 6, and such a good job with this. Because you can kind of like.
Oh.
Are they gonna kill him?
They're not going to go for it. Naga's going to rotate in, but I think PL probably could have committed to that to finish him off. Vanscore now with the TP home, gets netted, realizes there's no way to stop it, needs to regen anyway, so he will head back. Dendi again taking so much damage mid. G wants to dive it, but can't find the opening, and we'll just back up. Has a couple tangos, whole lot of stick charges. He'll be good.
To keep going back to base. Shadow Fiend.
And meanwhile up top, Cheshire Cat falls to a Metamorphosis.
That's interesting. I guess Ice Path is affecting it. Because usually Jakiras don't skill this ability.
Regeneration.
8 or something like that. Well, he's maxing Ice Path. He's got 2 points in.
Interesting. Oh, well, Lil's going to get caught this time, it seems. So it reminds me of like an old school build on Jakiro. It can definitely be all right. It scales decently well. A 2.5 second stun is pretty significant.
Yeah. Yeah, it's definitely pretty good. I mean, it's not like they really lack lockdown. I guess he doesn't need the damage.
Middle tower is under attack.
He doesn't need the damage of the Lick Fire either, because there's already Terrorblade for pushing towers.
I mean, yeah, I think Dual Breath, right? You still get the slow as kind of a 1-point wonder. It scales, but it's pretty good even at level 1. And then you've got more disable for your Terrorblade to try to find those kills. They drop a ward. Now they're going to go in onto Pugna. Net to start things off. He does have some raindrops. That's going to keep him alive, and he just turns onto LeBron. He's going to break it with the mirror image, but it's a dead Naga Siren. 1 down for Navi, and now Dendi on the run. That's another charge of the infused raindrops. This time, another blast will be off the mark.
This hero does so much damage. Guy running around? God, he does.
And now he does have a Veil of Discord on the way.
Life drain in the previous patch, life drain damage, it was increased. It does more damage at level 2 now. It does not do more damage at level 1. I was thinking, man, that did a lot of damage. Why did that do so much? Just I guess it's just the hero. A lot of level.
Yeah, no early point in the Nether Ward. Puck with the phase boots, a little extra damage on him. Gonna run right into Lil, and Shakiro gonna find himself in a sticky situation. Elder Titan sets it up, and Cheshire Cat will have the right clicks to finish this off, I think.
Doing that same thing.
Is he actually gonna die here? The Dream Coil, there it goes. That last auto attack, but Puck might pay with his life for this. The sleep, the illusion, just barely able to live, and he will jaunt back to the high ground. Well played, but a close call.
Yeah, what a sleep there, man. Like, God, if I'm that Puck, something else's Puck, not just. Jeez, that was so close.
Pretty action-packed here and relatively even. DL died while we were looking at that.
DL died?
Yeah.
Oh, to Dendi.
PL does have a Battle Fury queued up. Pretty interesting. One of the builds that you had mentioned during the drafting phase.
Just like farm super quickly. Back gain and pop with the book. Dendi in the bottom lane on Shadow. Just going to junk. It's got a bunch of stacks waiting.
Yep. One of the great things about this squad, they really understand the value of stacks. I think we've seen this in pretty much every Navi game today. Making good use of the jungle before it's opening up that additional efficiency.
They have just like big stacks. You can tell that this team really thinks about it when they're passing a camp at the minute mark. It's not like they go out of their way to stack. It's just whenever they're in the area, they'll do. Watch, I bet Lil stacks Ancients here.
Oh.
Am I gonna eat my words?
Well, he thought about it at least, but Dendi gets initiated on maybe what Lil was thinking about. He just walks away. No big deal. So I haven't really checked in on the Tide Hunter, but he is level 7. Not going to rush a Blink Dagger or anything like that. Just going into a pipe. First stop is the Hood of Defiance, of course, but level 7. So Ravage is ready. It's a maxed out Anchor Smash, which means he's got some lane presence. He's done a good job defending this tower, and also means he can clear out stacks himself pretty easily.
Yeah, he's going to be pretty happy in this game. I mean, it could have gone... You pick a Tide, it can always go so so poorly in the lane. Like, there's so many heroes do really well against any heroes. I mean, even PL and Disruptor, like, they should do pretty... There's been so much, like, chaos in this game. He's actually just kind of radar. It's kind of gotten.
Mm-hmm. Smoke now.
Slipping under the radar as well, pushing top real hard. Siege creep.
Might be able to grab that tower. Navi have smoked up, and they're now in the other quadrant of the map. Even Dendy's starting to move down that way. They ping out Vanscore. Maybe they could go for a gank on the PL. Ravage from the Tide Hunter does connect on 2. Now Lil follows up with the Ice Path. It's a long stun duration. The Doppelganger out. Vanscore dies, and they're trying to make it too. PL tries the TP. They've got the net, and that'll be the end of him. So good rotation from Navi. As you mentioned, they do lose that tower top. Puck is able to bring it down. But still, a much needed rotation, and that will slow down that Battle Fury timing.
Yeah, it really hurts. Honestly, I think if they just lose the Disruptor there and the PL escapes, that's pretty fine. Like, I'd be pretty happy if I was Gambit. Losing that PL really, really hurt. With the TB sitting on... yeah, he has 2 kills. 2 0-1. And then we have an SF, who's also... They got 2 core problems, the enemy team, that they need to deal with. The Puck and I guess Puck as actually killing the Shadow Fiend.
And oh, great save by LeBron. It's so close, but Dendy does live on just a sliver of HP.
You look at his inventory. He has a bracer. He's probably so happy he bought that bracer.
Yep, and they will find LeBron when it's all said and done. Disruptor with a glimpse.
Shakiro kind of just taking the space.
Pugna just unrelenting. This is that time of the game when he really isn't weak at all anymore. He's getting pretty close to that Aether Lens. He's got himself a Veil of Discord. Almost has that first talent as well. What does he favor? The health or the movement speed? I think 225 health is pretty hard to pass up, even though movement speed feels pretty good.
Most people go for the health on Pugna. The thing with this hero is that if you survive the burst, like, all you need to do is survive the burst. Because if you get bursted to 50 HP, like 2 seconds of life drain, literally all about surviving the burst. I've even in games on Pugna gone for offlane Pugna. They have an anti-mage, if they have Nyx, like these hard counters, I'll build just Pipe and Hood. Like, literally go the most tanky, annoying possible stuff. Just so that way I survive the burst, waste all of their spells, and then turn it with the life drain. The mid Pugna, he has enough levels, he has the Veil of Discord, he doesn't need to be that tanky. I think that the 225 health is really, really strong.
It's also one of the lower movement speeds. You know, we saw Shadow Fiend has like a plus 40. We saw a plus 30 on Underlord, I think. So a little bit of a lower opportunity cost.
Kind of fast as it is anyway.
Oh yeah, what's his base? Like 310, 315. He is on the speedier side. No, it might even be that high. You might be right.
Pretty sure it's 3.
335 plus 50?
50.
Yeah, it's 335. Wow, yeah, you're right. Okay, super fast. Faster than I was giving him credit for.
Fast boy. That's why he's a decent... Kill somebody who's running away from.
Still a very even game, though. You know, we're 14 minutes in, within about 1K net worth. Even though Dendy was picked on a little bit in lane, he's hanging in there, right? He's only about 700 net worth behind the Pugna. He's picking up runes. It could be a lot worse for the Shadow Fiend.
The only thing is, like, Gambit has all of the tier 1s right. Map is pretty limited for Navi, and they have to be a lot more scared than they would like to. Pugna can show up out of anywhere and burst your Shadow Fiend. Like, the Naga has to sit right next to the Shadow Fiend. Terrorblade needs to have people sit. They need to group up when otherwise maybe they would want to just be farming and be a little bit... They can't. PL's farming top. He can TP to tier 1 if he has to, which it looks like they're trying to fight this, actually.
Yep, they've got the Ravage and everything else. Song of the Siren just now coming up. General coming in deep. Gets silenced, though. The Static Storm kinetic field. They might be able to kill the Tide before he can even Ravage. He gets into the corner. Earth Splitter comes out, and this is turning into sort of an awkward fight. The Song of the Siren resets it, and the Ravage flies, and it's Navi all day. They get 2, make it 3 as Big Num falls. It's a double damage on Dendi. The last 2 survivors split in opposite directions. PL and Pugna make it back, but huge fight for this Dire squad, showing off some of that mid-game team fight.
My god, that classic combo of Naga tied there, which is devastating. Although Pugna looks like he's about to kill Jakiro. Well, no.
Nice ice path.
Cancelled.
They're good.
That was good preemption of the Pugna combo. I think a less skilled player would take a while to register what was actually happening, and then in the cast time for the ice path, if he didn't preemptively do it, he dies there. So it's good that he recognized immediately what was happening in ice path, so that when Pugna started life draining, immediately it got cancelled.
This Terrorblade is definitely having a pretty good game so far. Very farm focused, but Yasha and Dragon Lance, some great efficiency items. Rotations coming his way, though. G on the way in. Elder Titan also nearby. There's the glimpse back. Decrep, and my gosh, he's dead.
Oh, that was close. He almost got the Sunder off. He needs that BKB so badly. Woo. So bad.
Still, I mean, a much needed rotation that will slow his farm down, of course, but he's hanging in there. We talked about it in the draft. It is a tough game for the Terrorblade. And until that BKB comes out, like you're saying, it'll continue to be a tough game. TP in from the Jakiro gets canceled. He realizes that is
Here's the thing
TP
about
to the Doom.
Pugna versus Tide is that Tide fights around this Ravage cooldown. Such a long cooldown. Pugna just constantly runs at towers, and with Netherwar, he's also a great team fighter. I mean, among all of the other spells that his team has. But basically, they can take towers around the Ravage cooldown, and there's not really much that Navi can do about that. In fact, it looks like they're even pinging the high ground to try to force people back. And I don't think they need to be too scared about doing this either. They know that there's no Ravage.
Some of the power of Pugna, right? If you know they don't have those big cooldowns coming up in 20 seconds, you can still chip away. Pretty hard to glyph around the Nether Blast. It's just that slow, constant damage.
Dendi has an invid. Scouting.
Uh-oh.
Oh, they have a sentry, though.
Sentry Ward sees him, and now Dendi, he's going to get jumped on. He gets popped immediately. They're going to go in onto Cheshire Cat, but this puck might be a difficult target to lock down. Never mind. He gets obliterated also. They go 1 for 1.
Yeah. That's, offlane for mid. I mean, I'd be pretty happy if Gambit. They also forced the, Terrorblade split. Or not split. Metamorphosis. But he's gonna get a tier 1, presumably, because they're fighting with Ravage, right? And a pipe. He now has a pipe on the Titan, which is really gonna help against Puck.
Yeah, he kind of got everything. Still about a third of the duration left on Metamorphosis. So plenty to siege this tower and maybe even find a pickoff. Somebody steps too far forward. It could be Vanscore. He gets a Sentry Ward down, but General, he's right there. Pressure coming onto the Disruptor. They force out the Static Storm. But meanwhile, in the bottom lane, it's PL with a double damage rune doing a lot of split push. He does have the Battle Fury now, so he farms very fast, hits pretty hard, and also has a Yasha. Can they sandwich the PL here? He does still have Doppelganger.
Tried the song.
Well, kind of close, but no cigar on that one. TP, maybe they could ravage this? And they won't.
Oh, he was so...
Probably would have if he knew he was TPing there, but couldn't find vision on the trees.
It's so hard with that hero because
such a gamble.
It's honestly so... It's so jarring to try to chase that hero because there's illusions running this way, running that way. He's trying to fake this isn't an illusion. Oh, this is a real hero. And all of a sudden you see him TPing and you're like, that's an illusion. And you're, whoa, wait, illusions can't TP. You know, like it's just... God, it screws with your impulse playing against that hero. Like we, you know, watching the game, we can see the illusions and everything, but they don't see the illusions. They just see a bunch of PLs. It's just so, so annoying.
Absolutely, Vanscore and Lil, they're going to party in the jungle. Vanscore does have some friends nearby, but Lil putting a lot of damage in. There are going to be some wand charges now. Cheshire Cat hops over. Does Lil have anyone else? Yeah, on the backside, they sure do. Cheshire Cat has to jump across. Kind of a spread out fight, but Vanscore will get left behind as Lil just chased him down.
You know, I just had a realization. The Elder Titan aura, the natural order, that's going to reduce their resistance 0, and then the Pugna amplifications are going
Yeah.
Super amplified.
Oh yeah. ET and
I just
Pugna are
realized
a
that combo.
dirty combo, dude. We didn't think about it earlier in the laning phase, and partially because that value point natural order isn't huge. It scales very well, though. Now that we're getting into the mid game, no doubt that is going to start having a bigger effect.
It's an additional veil.
Arcane mysteries.
I mean, even if they build magic, take it.
No, it's the base, and then there's a difference between the base and then what's added with the items, right?
So
Elder Titan removes the base, and then if you have like the pipe buff on top
sense.
of that, it puts you still in the positive.
So I wonder if you were a pudge with a sheet, if that would count as base, because it's not from items, you know. It's like it's easy with armor because it says, you know, 40.
Flesh Heap's strength. So does that, I don't think, does that have anything to do with armor? I guess the magic resistance.
No,
I guess I don't know how it works with the scaling magic resistance of strength, like status resistance stuff.
Oh, I wonder how it works with that too. Would that count as base? God, this game is this great thing about it. There's always something that's...
True. Well, and it's ever changing, right? That's the other thing.
You'll never know everything. I think the most knowledgeable, best players first to admit that they don't. They know more than the next guy, but they don't know everything.
Now up on the Terrorblade, so this is it for Navi. Also a Blink Dagger on the Tidehunter. Big opportunity. Maybe we'll see a smoke come out as well. Also the Yule's Scepter on Puck.
Well, that'll be good for him. Disrupt the. If he can force a bunch of spells on himself, Scepter. Jakiro spells, Tidehunter Ravage, Naga Net, and just use the Yules to just bait a bunch. It's gonna really help in these fights. Basically, he needs to soak abilities for Pugna, not as a tank, but as like an agile hero.
We give the haste rune to the Tidehunter so we can lead the charge here.
You know what's funny? Navi just smoked past Roche. If this was Gambit that smoked, they go right into Roche. I guarantee you.
100%. I mean, we've seen it how many times today?
5 maybe?
Smoke breaks, PL's coming up to the high ground.
Now.
Here we go, the jump onto Big Num. He'll be the target that they catch. Of course, no Ravage deployed. It's just a quick pick on a support. What else can they find? Pugna gonna cut this wave. He does have a TP scroll.
They're looking to like really up the pressure now because they have 2 BKBs on the Shadow Fiend and the Terrorblade.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
I think they can get.
It will be harder to remove radiant
God,
structures
I mean,
now that
Navi
they are
really aren't
fortified.
slouches in terms of pushing towers either, are they? Like,
Dire's bottom tower
Terrorblade
is under
Jakiro?
Radiant's
Pretty
top
serious.
tower has fallen.
Yeah, that's very true. Tower goes down, and even though G is cutting this creep wave, it isn't really going to stop the push. They do have a wave here, and Terrorblade is going to be able to tank with his illusions. I guess Navi choosing not to commit to this. So it seems G's antics have worked. Meanwhile, in the bottom lane, Puck's still hanging around. And the Dagon also now out on G's Pugna, so even more burst damage. LeBron takes some damage, but Puck
this
really
is where
just
Pugna
harassing.
really comes online, I think.
Mm-hmm.
The thing is, though, they have 2 BKBs on the side of Navi now, so I really feel like this is Navi's game to pressure now. With these BKBs, they can get a lot done with these. It's very hard for Gambit to fight into these. PL gets huge. That's a different story. He can keep fighting into BKBs when he's 25 with crits and things. But right now, I think that Navi can take any fight, and they're gonna just because of second BKBs. But I guess they want the right fight because they don't want to waste the 10-second BKB charge without getting a lot out of it.
I mean, maybe the Meteor Hammer, another big item.
Oh yeah, that'll be good. That'll be
Maybe
great for sieging, which they're going to need.
Waiting for that Song of the Siren cooldown. Looks like Aghanim Scepter going to be queued up next for the Naga. Definitely a great item. Adds that healing element to the Song of the Siren. So it really gives you a proper reset in these fights. Not just preventing the other team from doing damage, but healing up your cores that have gone in pretty hard. But slow and steady. It's crazy. Like, you know, you get to game 3 and these teams just play a little bit more cautiously. You know, it feels like a much different vibe compared to game 1, where we had a bit of a higher kill per minute type ratio.
I mean, and it's both of them too. It's not like one or the other. It's both. They're both playing so cautiously, which is not what you would expect from G on this Pugna. Like, he was so ballsy in that other game. In this game, he's being pretty ballsy. He's kind of being the only one that's being... As I say that, he's actually getting caught.
They're going to find him. General scouts it out. And the follow-up will be there, I think. He does decide to ravage this, thinking there could be more nearby. But it is just the Pugna. Still, it's a pick on a core. Navi will be happy with that. Meanwhile, in the bottom lane, Jakiro and Puck going at it. Lil actually doing a lot of damage. Puck does not handle DOTs very well. Ice Path comes out, but Puck able to blink. Now help has arrived. Cheshire Cat with the Yules. No jaunt. And now this Puck, I think, is going to be done for. Beautiful Echo Stomp, though. And now Gambit is here. Lil, he's going to go down first. LeBron getting very low. He falls as General tries to run out. The response from Gambit has been huge as they glimpse back General. Cheshire Cat barely survives, and a triple gets picked up for the PL. Picture perfect.
That combo was beautiful. I mean, it's kind of like, I get foresight is 2020, right? But I think it's a big mistake to try to take these fights, like using these abilities, really committing on the side of Navi, like without their BKB heroes. I don't think that you do that. Like, you need to fight around these BKBs right now. Like, you don't get BKBs and then split.
I mean, yeah, you're totally right. But on the other side, it's true as well. PL has a BKB, did about half damage to that tier 3 tower. And Gambit will just back up, glancing at that gold graph again. The biggest lead we've seen so far. Gambit finally getting a bit more momentum. And they did that without the BKB chart.
Yeah, I mean, now that PL has the BKB, I'm actually kind of scared for Navi. I think that their timing window for abusing these BKBs is getting smaller. Because this hero, eventually, I mean, dude, it's 26 minutes, PL's almost level 20. Level 21. He's gonna be 25 with crit soon. That's insane. I mean, like, he's not gonna care about these BKBs. He's just gonna kill the TB. He's gonna get a Lincoln, so he's not gonna die to the Sunder. He'll kill the SF. I mean, this hero has some serious late game strength with the crit that you get at 25 now. I think they need to be pretty, because they can't just ravage him now.
Well, LeBron taking a little bit of damage. Looks like Puck will just make it away. Hex coming out soon.
Pugna. Oh my god, Pugna's only level... PL's level 21. That's crazy.
It's pretty insane. The PL has had a lot of space this game. I mean, what's his kill score even? He's okay, 3-2-0. I guess that speaks to how little fighting he's done. And just spent so much time farming and pushing out lanes. Mid lane. General goes in. Cheshire Cat makes it outside, and now the Song of the Siren from LeBron. They're going to try to set up on the Puck. Meteor Hammer comes down. Phase shift. Puck.
This is exactly what you want to do with Puck.
Not able to blink this time, but now PL pops the BKB. Elder Titan with the sleep. Going to connect on quite a few. It's a great Earth Splitter. The Ravage does come out right as the BKB from PL expires. It's a pretty bloody fight. 3 for 2, and now PL on the defensive as the BKB Metamorphosis comes out from Terrorblade. Now illusion on illusion action.
And it's
PL
really
does not have a diffusal.
Puck could not get off his phase shift there. If he got that off, he would have wasted so many of their abilities. He would, God knows, he would have been in and out of that fight, casting silences. That almost went really, really well for Gambit, but very fortunately for Navi, they were able to catch the Puck, which is pretty difficult. Catch.
Not much time left on the Metamorphosis, and that'll be Navi's sign to get out of there. Clear out some Ancients on the way, and Dendi will bottle up another Arcane Rune.
Went for a sheep too. That's
Ah, okay. DOTs and then Hex. About halfway there too. Looking at that gold graph again.
People go for they go for Hex and Ethereal Blade, and they just burst the hell out of somebody.
Yeah.
With the Hex and Blade combo, and then the Shadow Raise, 1,000 damage.
Yeah, I've seen that build in pubs. It can definitely be devastating.
It's crazy because it works through BKBs too. Like, PL would actually die to this combo despite being so massively farmed, because he doesn't have a huge amount of HP. It's just he's got the magic immunity and he's got the battle fear, but really Sanj and Yasha's only HP.
Well, Movement into the pit. Gambit smoke up, and surprise, surprise, Roshan is what they have their eyes on. Naga Siren does send some illusions in, and this might be enough to deter them. Up top here, they find one. It's the Jakiro, and he just gets bursted by the Pugna. Decrep.
I think Pugna could one-hit Jakiro with this.
Yeah, Decrep Dagon. It does a lot. Jakiro does not have a buyback here, so it is a 4v5 around the pit. Navi need to be a little careful about how they take this.
Oh no. No ravage for 15 seconds. Technically, Gambit could initiate. Look at that PL just standing in the pit, baiting, like... They're baiting this. Like, once again, the Roche control is beautiful. They're not even starting this. Like, Navi might think that they're... I mean, Navi definitely thinks that they're taking it, and now they don't, but... PL was just standing in there, and they were waiting for them to try to fight it, and they were going to fight it without even... Like, they were using Roche as a bait. They weren't even taking it.
Now the butterfly completed by PL. Do you think PL should go back for a defusal? I can't help but feel like if he had a defusal right now, he'd be doing a lot more, but it feels like a pretty low-ticket item when you go for this Battle Fury.
Yeah, I mean, I think that, like, mathematically it doesn't do much damage anymore as it used to compared to going for, like, raw damage item.
I guess I was thinking it's probably defusal or S&Y. That's the choice you have to make.
Yeah, I think so. I think that's probably right. I've never seen people go for maybe Mantha.
Well,
but I think with this build,
the lead for Gambit here dwindling down to about 1,000 as we continue farming. Puck closing in on the Hex, and Dendi also getting relatively close, but still has a couple thousand gold to go. Cat. Be a little careful here, but he will TP.
Puck Hex is going to be super huge.
Yeah.
They need some instant lockdown right now. These BKB heroes, like they have literally no instant lockdown. If Terrorblade BKBs or SF BKBs, there's nothing they can do to stop that. But
yeah.
with the Hex, they can.
I also can't help but feel like the mana burn is just very useful against heroes like Terrorblade. You know, he has a relatively small mana pool, and just spamming that Q, you know, the Spirit Lance on him, you're draining that mana down pretty fast. Same with Tidehunter. He's got 600 mana.
Oh yeah, I definitely agree with that. Like, I think that there's specific heroes that you go useful against on a lot of these heroes. Terrorblade and Tide are definitely some of them. Very, very good.
Van scoring a little bit deep. Dendi does use the BKB charge, though. That was a 9-second. Meanwhile, on the other side, LeBron with Song of the Siren. They set up onto the Puck. Meteor Hammer. And that's a dead Fairy Dragon. Very nice. Navi now looking to push as they did commit the Metamorphosis.
Yeah, that was perfect timing, too. That wasn't... Is there a way to do that? I see people screwed up all the time. Ron's just a god.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not much of a Naga player, but surely there is a rotation to be able to do it properly if you get the timings right. Big Num. Meanwhile, PL, he's doing some good split push. He does finish off a tier 3 tower, and it breaks up this Roche attempt from Navi. Now a big scattered fight. Pugna doing a lot of damage to the Terrorblade, who's been left alone. Meanwhile, on the other side, Big Num hit by the Meteor Hammer. Navi trying to go back in the pit. It looks like Ravage does connect on G. They'll find the kill there, but PL is back. The BKB is on, and he is ready to fight. Look at this. BKB heroes up. They're trying to get out, but it's going to expire, and they will get chased down. The PL, there is no running from this Phantom Lancer. Now the glimpse back. LeBron gets caught as Vanscore sets it up with a full rotation. They lose their Pugna, but Gambit come right back, and now they will secure the rope.
That is so much damage.
Gold for me.
Yep. All right, things now a little bit rough for Navi. Shrines are also exposed, so more free gold.
Daedalus, man. Zero's got a free Daedalus. What a level 25 talent. I mean, TV has no buyback. So they don't know it, but I mean, he's got an Aegis, so he's gonna play ballsy on the PL.
I mean, look at the crits, dude. It's pretty big. Lil gets glimpsed back, and it's a freebie. There is a buyback available on the Jakiro as well as the Shadow Fiend, but this might just be Elena Barracks. Glyph on cooldown for another 3. PL gets the melee and heads back towards mid. Now we see the buyback from Jakiro. Gambit are going for the jugular. Glimpse back on General, so he can't get off a Ravage. Doesn't have it anyway. Still down for 70. A tough defense for Navi to make. LeBron will use the ultimate. Now the meteor hammer comes. He's going to land it on Puck. Cheshire Cat again may fall. It's a good ice path. Follow-up damage is there, but he's got the Yules, and this PL is just going in. The follow-up now from G. They burst the Naga, and Barracks exposed. They're going to focus on the structures. This PL just feels unstoppable at this point. Dendi is here. He's ready to take the fight, but G from downtown. It's a Sunder to save General, and it might not even be enough. The PL's BK beat up. He survives through it, and now he lifesteals. He's got the Satanic. He even still has the Aegis of the Immortal. Navi giving it everything they've got to hang on to this game, but it might not be enough.
I'm afraid Dire no
God,
longer
dude.
has a middle man.
Maybe they can.
There's a chance they can still make this hold. Gambit now starting to get low. PL with one more doppelganger. Hex comes out on the other side on General. It's another BKB on Crystallized, and I think this is their sign to get out.
He's got a Satanic on PL too. Like PL can go back in.
And he still has the Aegis. I mean, well, there you go. He's just going to Satanic and full heal. 16K net worth lead all of a sudden, just like that. One buyback used, but it's a big swing.
And I really feel like the play, and I know I'm kind of harping on it. And of course, foresight is 2020. Anyway, it's like they really needed to fight with those BKBs. You know, like they underestimated this PL. That is absolutely the problem in this game. Is that they had a smaller window than I think they anticipated. I don't think that they thought that their window was that small, but you know, obviously as casters we look and it's like, oh my god, the PL's level 20. Like, you know, he's gonna be a problem soon. But to them, he's just in the jungle, invisible. He's just farming. But their BKB timings were really not abused. And in the one fight where they didn't show up, PL got his BKB. So all of a sudden, Ravage is no longer a problem. PL can't die in these fights. It's just like unkillable.
Here we go. Aegis of the Immortal still ready. BKB, 7-second charge. There is still no glyph for 45 seconds, so they could just BKB and try to focus structures here if they want to. Navi do have all their cooldowns, so they'll get one chance at this. PL just goes up to the high ground, sits through the ice path, not too concerned. Hey, look, this tower's just dead already from the chip damage.
Yeah, they have Pugna. They don't really need to do anything. Super in the middle here.
At this point, PL pretty happy to burn the Aegis. More follow-up damage as the Echo Stomp comes. Cheshire Cat jumps forward, forces out some BKBs. Here's the setup from LeBron. But can they actually take this? Dendi jumps in. The Meteor Hammer comes down. They want G, but he's still standing. Now the damage comes out. Crystallized, going in hard. Pops the Manta. There's the Ravage from General. Navi seem to be hanging on for now. They've killed two. PL getting low, but that's the Aegis of the Immortal only. Can PL still clean this up? The glyph has come back now, and he is just going to focus on structures, but doesn't want to go all in on this. He's already used the BKB, and I think Gambit are going to have to get out. Van score. Looks to take some damage from General, and Navi just happy to hang on.
That was a beautifully executed. They didn't use the Ravage off of the song. Like they Meteor Hammer once again. LeBron perfectly timing it once again. Like every single time, he's timing it perfectly. Insane. I never see people doing that. And the Ravage, like he waited for the PL's BKB to end. He hit the Ravage on a bunch of people. Just the way that they executed that fight was beautiful. They didn't just blow all of their crap at once. They timed it in a way where they could actually take the PL's Aegis and threaten him afterwards, which I didn't think was possible. Honestly, I thought they were done and PL just wasn't going to die, but they actually threatened him, timing everything very well.
Well, PL now going for really the better defusal. It's the Nullifier, and he's already got the Relic. That extra piece is on the way, and she blows. Gonna drop the boots to pick up the last big item. He hits like an absolute Mack truck right now, though. Over 350 per auto attack.
God, that is a lot.
Pretty nasty.
He can nullify the BKBs. Unfortunately, the Terrorblade can still Sunder, but I suppose if he nullifies the BKB on the Terrorblade and he gets the silenced by Puck or the Disruptor, then Terrorblade's just dead, you know?
Yeah. Very true.
Shadow Fiend has his Sheep now. That's a Sheep Blink, you know, that's something. They could kill the Puck. They could kill, I mean, hell, they could even kill the PL if they
Yep. Also, an MKB is up on the Terrorblade. So he's got some pretty decent damage output, as well as a lot of survivability. There are options for Navi. They are up against a wall, but you can see that gold graph. They're kind of plateaued. They have stalled out this game, and the experience pretty up and down, and actually slightly in Navi's favor right now.
I think they need to... Speaking from the last fight where they timed things very well and they did PL, I think that they're going to need to continue to basically time things like exceptionally well, which is a huge task. But I mean, if anyone can do.
Smoke forward, Gambit won't reveal anything. They're just going to hide behind their towers, and Navi are going to be forced back. I guess anytime you have this kind of a wombo combo with this many ults, you know, you've got the option to turn the game around. Aghanim Scepter coming out for Lil on the Jakiro.
Wonder if he's gonna go for the macro pyre. Pierces this. That's really good actually. Like, that does a lot of damage. And if they set up with the song, that's actually a way that they could turn the game through BKB. I mean, it's gonna clear all the PL illusions. The Aghanim Scepter, it's basically just permanently on the ground. So like, it'll make it easier to defend this one Rax, because really the last melee barracks bottom is what they...
Yeah, Puck also now picking up the Aghanim Scepter, so Dream Coil becomes super effective, lasts for 8 seconds now, and if it does get broken, it's a 4.5 second stun that pierces BKB.
You know, both teams are doing a really good job actually at taking these breaks between fights, and well, I mean, the breaks are intentional. You know? Players are creating the breaks. They're basically getting very core items before fighting. Like, we see one item come up from one team, and then all of a sudden Aghanim's from the Puck, and it's like, oh, well, that makes sense why they weren't fighting. And now they're gonna go fight. So now Navi's gonna feel very strong because they have the Aghanims on Jakiro, maybe they have some other items, but now the Puck has an Aghanims too. So both teams are waiting. Oh, PL's a DD too. Oh,
they're gonna walk into each other. BKBs get popped, and the Dream Coil comes out right away. Dendy standing right on the edge. They kill Big Num, but Lil gets brought down in exchange. A 1-for-1. Ravage flies and connects on at least 2 as the Requiem comes out. It looks like this is Navi's fight. They find a couple, and now the Puck gets left behind. Will probably be able to blink, but Song of the Siren catches him, and they're going to be able to cue that Meteor Hammer. He does phase shift it this time. Still gets blown up. It's a 1-for-4. Now Navi push up the mid, and somehow, Jenkins, Navi are starting to turn this.
Oh man, I did not expect that. The PL's actually kind of killing himself with his own illusions, like the Terrorblade. God, I don't know how he died so quickly. It just seemed like he took so much damage, but from Terrorblade. I guess it's the Monkey King bar. Like, the Terrorblade doesn't really care about that evasion anymore.
Uh-oh, Pugna too far forward. G, Blink Hex. You talked about this. Pugna down. He does have a buyback, but if he doesn't want to use it here, 80 seconds in the grave, and he'll have to. 2 buybacks used, and Navi without Metamorphosis will be happy to back up, but economic damage done. The roller coaster downward as Navi regain control and head back towards the Roche Pit.
Just like that, they're back in the game. I mean, one fight. Jeez, it always just shocks me in Dota, like in this game in general, not this particular, you know, in Dota, like one single fight can turn everything. Like that fight bottom, they barely held on, you know? They were holding on by like a hair, you know? And then all of a sudden, it's back to even. I mean, that's a 1k gold advantage for Gambit. And then as they actually take Roshan, this is going to be... But just that one fight, that one beautifully executed team fight, and then all of a sudden, it's just so much easier. The Terrorblade gets his Monkey King part. They get the Jakiro Aghanim Scepter. I thought the Puck Axe was going to be a big deal, but it did nothing in that fight for them because he was just disabled.
We'll see. Will this Aegis of the Immortal be enough? PL now sticking that Battle Fury into the backpack. Didn't really feel the effects of the nullifier in that last fight. What a roller coaster of a game. But if I'm Gambit, I'm probably thinking right now, PL's not getting any stronger. I guess he could eat a moon shard. That's about it. And that's what he's got planned, but
I guess he could get a Scotty for the Sancho Yasha, like an Assault Kira.
Yeah, I suppose the Scotty is pretty much just a straight upgrade over the S&Y at this point.
He got shredded by the Terrorblade left, which I mean I really wasn't expecting him to get shredded so hard with Terrorblade. Jeez, does that hero do damage? They just man fought and the Terrorblade won.
Lil hanging out in the tree here. Tiki just coming off cooldown.
He has balls and steel. He sees the PL and he's still standing there. Doesn't walk into the trees anymore.
All right, the siege begins. Elder Titan with a Lotus Orb, and also that Disruptor Aghanims, another one we didn't really talk about. But, of course, now that prevents the use of BKBs if he catches somebody in it.
At this point, it could be anybody's game. I mean, they have the Aghanim Scepter on the Disruptor, they have the Aghanim Scepter Puck. There's the Ravage on Tide. I mean, I think it's actually a lot harder for Navi to win. God, last time I doubted them. They executed beautifully twice in a row and ended up turning the game. With this Aegis, I don't know. It's a lot harder with this Aegis just because they only have so much disable, you know? Do they have enough to kill the PL twice?
Well, it's a great question, and we may find the answer momentarily. Glyph is available for the Dire, so they will be able to reset and save their barracks if they try to go all in. Terrorblade just now hits level 25, so that's going to be the Sunder talent chosen. Gets it down to a very low cooldown, and now the fight breaks out. General, the one that gets initiated on PL, actually pretty low, decides to pop the BKB, and there will be no Ravage, but a Sunder to save General, and LeBron uses the ult defensively. Not ideal for Navi. They hang on without losing any heroes, but they do burn one of their big ultimates.
Okay, so if we're Gambit, what do we do now? Now that we know Ravage is down, I think what we do is heal up, we chill out, we make sure everybody gets healthy, and then we go again on
Ravage.
BKB.
Yeah, it's just Song.
Oh, no Ravage. Okay, no Ravage. So it is just Song. That's still a pretty big deal. He's been doing work with that stuff.
They'll never see this coming.
Like they're definitely gonna respect the fact that he doesn't have Song, you know, because he's been like.
It was a big save.
Setting up with the Meteor Hammer.
I mean, it gets
saving. You know.
Sunder's what on a 5-second cooldown now, so. Yep.
They did. Oh my. Yeah, and nobody has a Lincoln Sphere, so he can just freely do that all he wants. Although they do have the Lotus Orb on the Elder Titan, which is going to help out a tremendous amount.
Oh, so this is the window right here. BKB up for PL, but still 50 seconds with Naga's ult down. Very delicate timing to try and hit. I don't know if Gambit's going to go for it so exactly, but definitely playing this cautious. Still plenty of time on the Aegis. Well, sort of. Not that much.
You know, he could maybe sell the Sancho Yasha and get a Scotty or something. I don't know. I don't know how good. It wouldn't have buyback. Any buyback already though?
Sorry, who?
Buyback. The Phantom one.
Yeah, Pugna and PL both have buyback on cooldown for 3 minutes.
God, this has got to be dangerous. Dangerous, very dangerous for both teams. I'm sure they're very anxiety-ridden, very stressed. Well, then again, actually, these guys.
It is also upper bracket, worth reiterating here. No elimination. But yeah, 45 or 49 minutes in. Got a pretty even match on our hands still. A very small net worth lead. Aegis of the Immortal going away real soon. Yep, pretty up and down. It looks like Cowboy's hat.
How do I see it?
F6.
Oh, there it is. It does look like a Cowboy's hat.
All right, well, with that, Gambit will back up. I think Aegis reclaimed. Yes, it was.
immediately go for first smoke.
Oh, the Blink Hex. They're going to catch Van Score. Now the net follow up right into an Ice Path, rather. And it's a dead Van Score.
That's really important because the Disruptor ulti is like really, really important for Gambit winning these fights. Like,
so, double damage rune on Crystallize. Do they just go up mid? I guess not. The Shadow Fiend's not there.
Call. That's a tough call, man.
It's tempting with that double damage rune, that's for sure, just to run up there, but
yeah,
looks like they will play with a little more discipline than that.
It is just a Disruptor. It is so tempting though, like, God, he would just do double rapier damage, you know?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I think he could kill that that tier 2 top with that. Opting not. Chilling with it.
Still a good catch for Navi, showing off that Shadow Fiend Blink Dagger with the Hex, no doubt.
8,300 gold. I wonder what he's gonna. That's a lot of extra gold. Presumably he's gonna sell the Aquila and buy an Imperial Blade or something.
Probably.
That's
the Aghanim's worth considering at all in these big team fights.
Consider it. Although I feel like at this point, really, it's the raises the. Well, he could get an Octarine for actually.
Smoke now from Gambit. They're going to go for the high ground. They're going to find Crystallize. There's a Hex. Big follow-up damage. They use BKBs and the Dagon from G. Crystallize evaporates as LeBron comes in. Channels the Meteor Hammer as Dendi pops the ultimate. The Ravage as well, and Gambit are getting ripped apart. That team fight of Navi is just too big as they find their combo. Big Num tries to TP out and he'll make it, but that's two heroes in the grave without buyback, out of the game for 75 seconds.
Man, can PL solo defend this Disruptor? Disruptor have ulti? No. Titan have ulti? No, he has no ult. It's like PL almost solo defending this.
Yep. Now remember, the Terra Blade did buy back to do this. The PL uses his as well.
I think if
Jakiro walking
anybody,
down.
He just goes. I think he just blinks in and sheeps. The moment he sees anybody, I think he's gonna go. Like, I think that's the play right now.
Navi just focusing on structures. Radiant do have a glyph. The Echo Stomp slowing things down a little bit. Jakiro still not here. So there are only 4 heroes. It's 4v3. This is still potentially manageable for Gambit. Refresher Orb on the Jakiro now. Dendi jumps forward, turns Van Score into a piggy. A lot of follow-up damage, and they'll bring him down. Static Storm Kinetic Field gets deployed, but it's too little too late. Now Disruptor out of the game. Another 70 seconds on him, and Navi might be able to keep this push going. The Echo Stomp from Elder Titan is annoying, but not doing that much. The Meteor Hammer really coming in handy in these kind of situations. Lift now used as Puck is up in just a couple of seconds. Terrorblade, Metamorphosis. Couple seconds left, and they will be able to finish off this second lane of barracks.
They're backing. Unfortunately, they couldn't take the whole base, but I mean, this puts them on more than even ground. They're really happy with the situation. Dendi is just like finding all of the right pickoffs. It's hitting on 11,000 gold, 12,000 actually, and they take the Sages because they're not gonna have a Disruptor ulti. The Aghanims, I mean, they're not gonna risk it, I guess.
That's kind of surprising. I mean, Tide even has Ravage. He's just low on mana.
They're just getting health. He's not going for the pressure either. He's going.
Gonna have enough gold for it.
Good against the PL.
Yeah, also helps solve some of his mana problems. Jakiro with the Aghanim's Refresher. Lil actually has ended up getting pretty damn farmed this game on the Jakiro.
Oh my God, he sold all his items by Refresher. Oh, and I think he sold all his items and bought travels for.
Yeah.
Still, that is a lot of damage.
It's a lot of fire that he can put down, that's for sure. And as we talked about, he's got that talent, so it goes through magic immunity.
Okay, there's Gambit smoked up. Looks like Navi knows. Sure.
Yep, this could be disastrous once more. Remember, Tidehunter has a shorter cooldown ultimate now. so pretty available in these fights. Gambit taking a lot of risk as they jump in onto Dendi. Dream Coil onto 3, but there's the reset from LeBron, and Navi are ready to do this. Look at General's positioning. There's the Ravage. The BKBs get used. Dendi so low, but he's barely going to survive. If Dendi makes it out of here, he cannot, but PL had to do a lot to find that kill. He's getting low, but the lifesteal's coming out. Navi starting to chew through buybacks. PL does get brought down, and it's a dieback for him. Puck able to blink away. Dendi gets up to the high ground, but won't be able to find him. Wow, it looked like a good fight for Gambit, but now with the buybacks, I think Navi can just push this advantage and win the game knowing that PL's out.
Shakiro did 4,400 damage in that. 4,400, and mostly to the PL.
Wow.
Dude, he put double Shakiro ulti doing
go for the win here? I think so.
Shredded the PL.
G might be able to slow this down. Same with the Elder Titan. But they're just going to lay into the towers. Crystallize saved his metamorphosis for this. Now on the backside, they catch Cheshire Cat. That Hex on Dendi has played so much of a role in this game. I think they're going to do it. Gambit are in trouble. Their tier 4s are down. They're going to make their final stand as Big Num charges in. Navi trying to focus on the throne. Dendi uses the BKB, finishes off Big Num. He'll use the buyback. G still pretty healthy, but there's a Sunder. He gets right-clicked and destroyed. Now he's going to use the buyback. Gambit doing everything they can, but it's not even that close. The throne gets destroyed. Take the game and secure the series after one hell of a nail-biter.
Good God, what composure under so much pressure. They were down 2 racks. That PL was killing everyone. They won against an Aegis. I believe they had Aegis Cheese. They won a fight against Aegis Cheese. And then since that moment,